Good morning, RD fans. Those of you that have been watching this engine rebuild for the RD400F will know that we suspected a lubrication issue right at the very beginning of the problem, and this is the smoking gun. This is what's caused the problem. This plunger should go up and down, driven by a rotating cam inside, which is driven by that pinion in there, if you can see that there. And basically the pinion, as it rotates, it's the two cams, one either side of the center line, and they push the plunger up and down, so two pumps every 360 degrees of rotation. That's how it should work. Okay, so if I just put my finger in there, you watch that plunger. So I'm turning that, and that plunger isn't moving at all. Now this pulley is in the position that it would be in with the throttle closed and the engine at idle. So as you can see, there's no stroke there at all. There's no minimum stroke. So at idle, this engine was getting no oil at all. There's no oil delivery from this pump at tick over. The reason for that is it's not been shimmed correctly. If you look at the top here, you can see the nut, if you can see that close enough, bear with me. There's the nut, there's the spring washer, then underneath that's like a copper washer. That's a shim. That should go underneath the plate. It should be under here, in there. Okay, so it's not shimmed correctly, and that's why it's not delivering enough oil, or any oil actually, at idle. Now these pumps, they're a brilliant design. They work really well. If you're running a road bike, standard trim, you're not racing or anything, then auto lube's the way to go. Don't need premix, not with these things. These things are absolutely brilliant, but like anything else mechanically, they require looking after, servicing and correct adjustment. And this, as you can see, with that fully down in the full throttle position, the plunger goes up and down. Okay, no problem at all. And what you should get in the idle position, what you should have is a clearance here between that little high point on the pulley and the end plate. That's where you would measure your minimum stroke. Okay, now this doesn't have any minimum stroke, as I said. So what's happening, because that shim's in the wrong place, the plunger is too high. It's not picking up the cam. So because it's not picking up the cam, it's not being pushed up, and then the return spring's not pushing it back, so it's not pumping in the delivery chamber, and it's not delivering any oil out to the outlets. So that's what the problem is. We're going to strip the pump, sort the pump out, we'll put new seals and gaskets and everything in it, make sure it's clean inside, make sure the check valves are all free and there's no dirt jammed in them, and then we'll put it all back together. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. I've been doing it for 30 years. So yeah, and then we'll shim it up correctly and make sure the minimum stroke is correct, because if you think about it, if this pump, just for argument's sake, was supposed to be delivering 5 cc's of oil every minute, for argument's sake, then at tick over, and it should be delivering 25 cc's at full throttle, just for argument's sake. If this pump isn't delivering the 5 cc's at a tick over, it won't be delivering 25 cc's at full throttle, because that error will continue throughout the delivery quantity range. Consequently, the bike will always be a proportion short of oil, and in this case at idle it's 100% short of oil, because there is no minimum stroke. As a result, we've got engine damage that we've sorted out, that you've all seen before, that we've been doing in the last few videos. So there you go, that's the problem, that's your smoking gun, that's what we're going to sort out. Until then, keep it shiny side up.